क्या आपको पता है कि ह्यूमन लैंग्वेज का ओरिजिन कैसे हुआ? One of the greatest mysteries of human existence is language. One view about the beginning of language is based on the concept of natural sounds. Hey everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Dr. Saloni Nandan. Please watch, like, share and subscribe my channel. It is believed that nature and especially animal sounds are the starting point of linguistic system. Linguistic system की शुरुआत नेचर और एनिमल्स के साउंड से हुई है ऐसा माना जाता है. It is said that when different birds flew by making a cow-cow sound, the primitive man tried to imitate those sounds and then use those sounds to refer to those birds and animals even when they were not present. So, it is thought that in an early stage, language began when early men and women started imitating the natural sounds around them to name a wide range of objects and actions in the environment. जो ह्यूमन बीइंग की पहली स्पीच थी वो ओनोमैटोपोइक थी, जो कि एकोज जो सराउंडिंग्स में प्रोड्यूस होती हैं उनसे बनी थी, जैसे कि हिस फ्रॉम द साउंड मेड बाय द स्नेक, विंड की विस्लिंग साउंड, वाटर की स्प्लैश साउंड, मू म्यू कुकू फ्रॉम द साउंड्स मेड बाय एनिमल्स एंड बर्ड्स, एंड ऑफ कोर्स बाव वाव फ्रॉम डॉग्स. Words that are examples of onomatopoeia such as bang, boom, rattle, buzz, screech must have also been used by early humans नकल करने के लिए उन objects और actions के जो उनके चारों तरफ होते थे. Some odd names were given to 19th century theories to form the basis for the origin of language. One such theory was the bow wow theory, suggesting that dogs made some noises to express pleasure, aggression, etc. These noises began to acquire specific meanings for primitive communication, and hence the bow wow or cuckoo theory, which can be attributed to the German philosopher Johann Gottfried Herder. ऐसा माना जाता है कि डॉग्स जो बाव वाव साउंड प्रोड्यूस करते हैं वैसी आवाजें प्रिमिटिव मैन ने नकल करनी शुरू कर दी और कम्युनिकेशन के लिए यूज करने लगे. नेक्स्ट, अकॉर्डिंग टू विटनी, द ओरिजिन ऑफ लैंग्वेज इज बेस्ड ऑन द क्राइज used as imitative or onomatopoeic utterances by human beings to express their feelings for pain, anger, passion. So Whitney ऐसा मानते हैं कि लैंग्वेज जानवरों की आवाजों की नकल है और उसे छोटे छोटे शब्दों में यूज करके प्रिमिटिव मैन अपनी फीलिंग्स एक्सप्रेस करने लगे, जैसे कि पेन, एंगर और पैशन की फीलिंग्स. On the other hand, Max Muller thinks that all human languages have a single common origin. He dismissed the onomatopoeic and expressive theories for word origins because they can't account for the vast majority of contemporary words. He had his own theory for the origin of the language. He suggested that the resonance and the vibrations created by the objects when they are struck form the phonetic roots of the earliest words, that is the ding-dong theory. Then, how did Charles Darwin deal with the origin of language? For Charles Darwin too, the origin of language is the imitation of natural sounds, the voices of other animals and man's cries. If we look at the criticism of this theory, we can say that all modern languages have some words whose pronunciations are similar to naturally occurring sounds that could be used to support this theory. But very few words are onomatopoeic, and these words vary from one language to another. For instance, animal sounds differ considerably in different languages. That is, if we look at the sound of the dog, in English it is bow wow, Chinese woo woo, Japanese bon bon, and Russian goff goff. In addition to this, how notions and ideas that do not have sounds and abstract concepts could be expressed without any language. This theory only explains the origin of onomatopoeic words. While we know that language is more complex and is more than only a set of utterances. इस थ्योरी की आलोचना होने लगी क्योंकि ये थ्योरी सिर्फ छोटे छोटे शब्दों के ओरिजिन के बारे में बात करती है, पर ह्यूमन बीइंग्स की भाषा तो बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स शब्दों से बनी है. We all know that human language can express thoughts on an unlimited number of topics like weather, future, present, some physics, mathematics, some small talks, how to dress up for a party, and so on. While animal communication systems, in contrast, have at the most a few dozen distinct sounds, which are repetitive, which occur automatically, and which do not create new meanings. At the end, we can only consider this theory to be not absolutely wrong, as it occasionally offers peripheral insights, though as naive and irrelevant they may be. Thanks for watching the video. In part 3 of this series, I will talk about the social interaction source of the language